Hey traders from around the world, this is Jeremy Alexander Newsom with Real Life Trading. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. Busy Monday and Tuesday. In fact, today and tomorrow are going to be and were and is that grammatically correct? Markets are closed right now, and I'm just going to go through some of our swing trade setups that are open and active and just let you know what we're looking at, what we're talking about, what we're trading about. So we're here on the SPY, and we got some put sales down here. Brian Shepard, $200 strike price, $195 strike price for December. This particular setup right here, the limit buy and the stops, is a little bit of an aggressive entry. Not going to deny that at all. Volume is pretty low for the last 3 days, so notice the low volume. I'm going to come in here into the hourly chart and just kind of show what I'm looking at. And I'll agree with you that it does kind of look a little double top-ish, or something like that. So there's the potential double top. Really, this is a pretty strong gap in my opinion. There's the pennant pattern, gapped out of there, good volume, trapping people, and it rotated back twice actually and is bouncing off. So my hopes is that it bounces and goes higher this week. Usually the week of Thanksgiving, volume is pretty low anyway. But if the market does continue higher tomorrow, the next few days on the SPY, I'm looking to make it a little bit more of a bullish direction, hopefully. So Apple, don't have a setup on Apple right now, other than of course the infamous mustard-covered apple wager that we have out there for you guys. Evening star reversal pattern on Apple. It's at the 119, 120 resistance, and this is a pretty good evening star. So this gap has more or less been filled. This gap is pretty bullish. And from this location, kind of like the markets, I could anticipate a little bit of a move lower, maybe as far as 113, 112, and then probably a bounce again on Apple. A lot of traders and a lot of students have shares of Apple, so just waiting for a good time to do a covered call, probably for December will be my guess, is what they might be waiting for. So I'm thinking I'm going to give it just a few days and just kind of see what's going on and take it from there. So let's review a few of our swing trades that we got going on or that are active. Let's go look at Ruby Tuesdays. Ruby Tuesdays been this trade over a month now, and it really is just trading sideways. It hasn't done very much at all. So let me just show you this particular trade, and it's just a longer term buy low, sell high off of support in a channel. Buy low, sell high. This is the risk reward, and it has not moved at all in about a month. So looking for hopefully Ruby Tuesday to continue up a little bit, and if it does, that would be great. If it does not, I think we'll probably end up exiting out of that pretty soon. Here's Yahoo, still in Yahoo, up just barely today, made a little bit of a higher high, higher low. The entry originally was 33.68 as a limit buy for it to pull back like this. Once that happened, stop at about 30.78. Ultimate target way up here at 45. So yes, it's a longer term trade for sure. Likely, this could be a very interesting looking flag pattern potentially, and Yahoo could maybe go a little bit lower. At some point, though, I think it'd be okay to move our stop up just a little bit. But again, this is a longer term trade, so not massively worried about risk mitigation if it does kind of continue up a little bit higher. GLW had a little bit of an upper shadow today. $20.22 is our target. This was a limit buy setup. The stop was originally down here, and we're now moving it to $17.76. So a great risk mitigation on GLW. I like this big triangle pattern. I like the volume increase. I like the breakout. I like the retest. Hoping GLW continues bullish. GNC. So bearish on GNC, had a great swing trade entry, really almost at the very, very high of this candle. It's almost kind of scary how perfect that worked out. So it rolled over to do some class action lawsuit. All my Gator fans are blaming it on the fact that our main quarterback took some supplements from GNC and then failed a drug test. That's what we're blaming it on. Not really what happened, but anyway, a little bit of sell-off on GNC. Ultimate target down at 21.31. We got very close the other day to reaching that price. Stop right now is $32.05 for the remaining half of our position on GNC. GoPro, still in bearish on GoPro with half of our position. Next target on GoPro is $17 and some change. Let's see if TradingView wants to pull up ticker symbol GRPO for me. It's down 7.38% today. So that's a pretty interesting selling pressure there. I love the candle that GoPro is getting. Notice you got a little bit of a flag pattern for the last 2 days. So there's a little flag pattern. Today's a new black crow, and we're down a little bit more today overall. So our Stop initially was back up in here. We got a close below 24.11, move the stop down to 23.01 to mitigate risk. 17.71 is the next target on GoPro for the remaining half of our position. Ticker symbol TTI. In this swing trade, really, it's not moving as well as I wanted it to, but it did finally get a little bit of a pop today. So our initial setup is the exact same as you see it on the screen. Limit buy of 8.55. We set that up after this 11.10 candle. That triggered in. Stop at $8.08. Target to exit half our position, $9.35. And really, this entire setup was based on the gap and the volume. So looking to keep the stop where it is for the moment. Here's the exponential moving averages. And the exponential moving averages on ticker symbol TTI, TechScript Technology, look really good. Looks like we're about to come into the 10 and get a little bit of a spike up and exit some of our position on TTI. Next position that we have open is VMware, ticker symbol VMW. VMW, and got a little bit of a bearish candle today. If you're not in this trade, you actually still kind of could consider getting in if you like the setup of it. The low of today was $57.90. Our original setup was an entry at $57.77 and a stop at $61.44. $52.98 is just our first target. Nice little bearish retest gap. Stock has been retesting into the moving averages, getting some failures. I like today's candle. Volume increased. Could be an evening star reversal. So either VMware or Rackspace. You could consider Rackspace as well. 25.03 bearish entry with a stop at $27.44. You had some really bullish gaps on VMware there and there. Both of those gaps with really great volume got filled. That's slightly bearish, so looking to possibly make some lower lows on Rackspace. So that trade is still open. Speaking of another trade that's open on our worksheet, Real Life Trading, is Baidu. 201.93 limit buy with a stop at 193.82. Looking forward to pullback. Moving averages are bullish. Gaps are bullish. Volume is bullish. Nice little bounce off of support down here. So at this point, just looking for a pullback into the moving averages and hopefully it bounces. Will it? No idea, but we'll find out if it does. Southwest Airlines also got triggered into a swing trade today on Southwest Airlines. Entry was $47.43. Stop is $46.10. My boy Stan has got himself a $50 covered call for July. Shout outs to all of our Southwest traders out there. Also our Southwest employees. Real Life Trading has a lot of Southwest employees for some reason. Pilots, flight attendants, and just other workers in general. I think that's pretty sweet. So anyway, we're in Rackspace, or not in Rackspace, Southwest Bullish SPY. Just showed you guys earlier. Ticker symbol X. I do not think that we're going to fill on X. I loved it. I thought it was a confirmed bearish trade Friday. I wanted it to pull back a little bit more. I'll leave this trade open for 2 or 3 days, but probably just end up missing this trade. Going to have to cancel it. Did not get triggered in on ticker symbol X. KEYS, we're in KEYS, ticker symbol KEYS. Might get stopped out on this one. So the bearish candle on Friday was a gorgeous gap, gorgeous volume. It was below an old support, new resistance. So I was looking for a pullback to get in. It did pull back, pull back the other day, Friday. Triggered us in bearish at 29.26. Stop currently is at 30.30. So we're going to need a gap down probably tomorrow on KEYS. Otherwise, going to get stopped out of that for a small loss, which would be 1R, of course. First Solar, triggered into bullish today on First Solar. Bullish entry was 54.89 based on this new white soldier candle that occurred on the 20th of November. Stop is 51.99, which is indeed below some long-term moving averages. There's the 200 simple. So great gap. Stock pulled up, retested, looking for something like this to occur on First Solar. Ticker symbol APC. Here is APC. This is Anadarko, and it traded right back down to a support. Karen was mentioning this one earlier this morning. Good support here, good support here. It was forming some good volume, and some volume did, in fact, come in today. So our bullish entry was 59.93, stop at 57.72. And this was one that we've been wanting to buy low, sell high on, so we finally got the chance to do that today. And Chipotle did, in fact, trigger bearish today. So we got a few trade setups on Chipotle. Pretty much made lunch money on a day trade on Chipotle. Here is the swing trade for Chipotle. It's a very aggressive trade. Not going to deny that at all. Probably get stopped out, and we'll try it likely again. This is the least aggressive trade, which is the bear call spread. 620, 625 bear call spread. This particular setup, 560.62, stop at 569.44. So bearish confirmed as of Friday. This is the retest. Hopefully it continues lower. If you're coming here to the hourly chart and pull up the exponential moving averages, you can kind of see why we took that trade based on the hourly. The 10 EMA is now below our stop on the hourly, which is great news. If we gap up tomorrow, I don't know if we will, but saying if we do and we open above 569, people are going to be trapped, yours truly included. So we'll probably trade up into this resistance at 585. Then I'll be looking for another trade setup on Chipotle. Either way, I'm bearish on this bad boy, and let's see if it rolls over. But I do like this bear call spread. So got the bear call spread, made a little bit of money on day trading, and the swing, we will see. That's a pretty good update of everything we got out there right now. Everything else is either canceled or closed for a little bit of a profit. Up 4.19 Rs for the month of November on our swing trades, which is relatively decent. Not too bad. Depends on how big your R is, but overall, pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are fantastic. Thanks so much for watching this real life stock review. If you ever have any questions, let me know. Some big announcements coming up in just a few weeks. One of them has to do with an open house. I'll see you later. And until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. See ya.